Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're in the Creative Builds world in Minecraft. And look what I found! I found a pretty little village. So it starts over here with one of the double tall houses. I've never actually seen one of those generated for itself, so that's an interesting new one to me. Got these little pens for animals. We haven't got anything in this one, so we'll have to look for something to put in later. As you can see, there's lots of bits of the pathway that haven't generated properly, so we're going to need to do a little bit of maintenance work on sorting out all the paths. We've even got trees on top of the paths. Have we got a weird change in terrain over here? Let's have a look. What have we got over here? So we're in forest biome here. Then if we walk into the village itself, we've got river, plains, and then if we keep going here, we're then in wooded hills. So this whole village is generated in a really odd fashion. So it's over four different biomes, because we've got woods, we've got wooded hills, we've got river, and we've got plains. So it's kind of confused itself about how to generate the village. So it's got a few problems. So the paths will need to be sorted out properly. Look, I mean, we've got flowers and trees growing on paths. So that's kind of an interesting way for it to have started to generate. Look, see, we've got trees on loads of paths. It's really weird. The fountain itself, normally the wells and fountains have covers. This one's actually generated as a proper fountain, not a well though. So you've got that little stone pillar in the centre of it to lift the height up. It has got a bell though, so that's a good thing. We've got a couple of proper farms. We look at the way the farms generated. Oh, right at the edge of the building. Oh, that's kind of cute. I've not seen that do that. You've not tried to put a farm inside the house? No, they haven't. So did it try to generate farm and then put a hut on top, or is this one a new variation on the houses? So we've got another pen here, but this has got a big tree in it. So that's a 5x5 house. No, it's not. It's wider. See, we've got a lot of variation in the buildings now. I haven't actually looked at buildings since they changed to have more variation. So this could be quite interesting. So what I thought I'd do was sort out some of the terrain work, like getting rid of the weird paths and things, and then that we'd prettify the village up. So we'd alter the houses to make them even prettier. Oh, look at the way this has gone on because it's gone over to the hills. Look at this, it's got this big cut off in the path structure. Let's double check that there aren't any buildings generated up here though first. There's lots of trees, so there probably won't be. But that would really confuse the villagers trying to get up the path when it's up a sheer cliff, wouldn't it? This is one of these weird aberrations you get when the terrains overlap, isn't it? No, there's no buildings up here, so that's a good thing. So let's start sorting some of these paths and things out, shall we? So let's get rid of the trees above the paths. Hello, Mr. Villager, how are you doing today? Are you farming? Yes, you are. You've got your straw hat on and your composter, so you're a farmer. You don't seem to be doing a terribly good job at farming, Mr. Farmer. Look at that. You don't seem to... are you not going to hoe those bits of land so that you can plant some more crops? Oh, look, carrots! Look, carrots! Yeah, carrots. Okay. He doesn't seem to want to talk to me very much. Right, so let's start with the farm, and then we go up this way, and let's make sure that we've got paths 3 wide at all spots, and make it easier for them to get around. That pen's up quite high, isn't it? And then once we've done a little bit of terrain work, we'll think about doing the houses to be prettified, I think. We might have to move some of them back a little bit to be able to fit our prettification campaign into the houses. Right, so how wide is this, guys? I think we need to open this a little bit wider. Sorry, planty. Oh. Now, I think it's safe to get around here. I'm just going to lop a couple of leaves off here just to make sure that they've got space for walking around. And then we'll just make sure that the... that seems like a slightly odd place for your lantern, dears. Yes, let's remove this one. It's right in the middle of the path. I don't think I want it right in the middle of the path. Probably be better to move it to the side of the path. Oh, that's interesting. Is that a pillar of... that's actually a pillar of the house, isn't it? But it's not actually attached to the floor. So let's attach that to the floor to make it a little bit more sensible. And this tree right in front of the house is going to both block the path and prevent people getting in and out of the house, probably. So we'll remove the trunk of that. And are you trapped in there, guys? I'm going to get you out. There you go. There you go. Happy now, you can get out. How long have you been trapped in there? Poor villager has been trapped in that house for goodness knows how long. There we go. Let's make that a bit easier. Right, let's get rid of the rest of these leaves. So that poor guy had been trapped in there for goodness knows how long. Right, so are we at least 3 wide? Have we cleared it all? I think we have. Right. Got the guy out of here. Let's have a look inside. What we got? Just a very simple little house here. So we've got some potatoes there. So that guy that seemed to be having trouble with not quite enough stuff in his farm, there's definitely stuff around the village now that you can actually get inside the house. So let's just sort these paths out. There are still, we are still heading towards the other houses over here. Let's remove that, shall we? Make that a little bit lower so that it's easier for the path. Right, so one more. Let's make that wider, and then let's open up the path 3 wide here. Sorry, flower, you're in the middle of the path, and we can't leave that like that. So let's open that up a little bit, and there. And then let's just neaten up the edge over here like so. Right, it's got a little like square opened up here. There's access to a house over here. Let's open that up. Let's have a look in here. What we got in here? Got some leather armour. Maybe one of the guys can use this. What we've got? Oh, it's like a little workplace. Oh, this is a strange shape, isn't it? That needs to be extended. Is this... what's this one designed to be then? It's got water. Oh, is it a tanning shop? Because it's got leather armour, isn't it? That's a very tiny workspace though, that, isn't it? Very, very tiny. Right, so we need to remove this tree as well. Again, with the trees in the middle of the paths. Very odd auto-generation, isn't it? Right, so what we need to do is add some proper pathwork here. Let's get rid of a few more leaves. Now, I think this might be the last building. Let's double check. Yeah, we don't need to tidy up over there because there's no more buildings. So what we will do is have a look inside this double high house because I haven't seen one of these before. So they've got a little bed here underneath the stairs and another little bed over in this direction. And then if you go upstairs, we've got 2 more beds and a chest. Oh, a few emeralds, some bread and some potatoes, okay? So very, very simple little houses, but from the outside, of course, not super exciting. So let's make sure we've got the 3 wide path to the house. Let's make sure we remove the rest of this tree. And then let's have a look at what buildings we've actually got, so we can start thinking about potential plans for making the village a bit prettier. So, where does this path go? Where does this go? It just runs straight to the river. Actually, having a path to the river might not be awful. One more tree on a path. Right, are we attached to another tree over here? Let's remove you a little bit further back in case you are attached to another tree. I think you are attached to another tree over here, so we definitely need to clear away a few of these. Alright, so that's grown at the side of the house. So if we're going to change that house, we might need to remove that. So our basic materials are all oak woods and cobblestone, so that should be the basis, I think. But I think we want to prettify some of this village up. So the first thing to do, are you tanners, guys? Yeah, probably. So we've got a tanner's shop and a double high build over here. And then if we come this way, we've got the main village itself. We've got a few houses over here. Let's just take a look inside all of them to see exactly what we've got. So this is just a little basic place to live. A little bit of food in most of these little huts. Here's the smallest hut. Oh, look, we've got some actual terracotta in this build. Oh, that's a new design. So we've got a little table and a bed, and that's all there is in this one. So this is probably the smallest house, but this is the different materials, like with the terracotta. So that could be done slightly differently, couldn't it? That's the one we've already been in. This is the same size as the terracotta one. This one's just got a single seat and a bed, but that's the same size, but this is the more traditional cobblestone, and that's all cobblestone. And then behind that we've got another one of the cobblestone houses over here. Again, that's just a seat and a bed, so that seems to be the standard way for it to generate. Right, we've not double checked this path, have we? Right, so this path over here leads just to this one house over here, so let's open that up there. Make sure everything's double wide, and we're going to need to knock some of the tree edges. Let's take this tree down because it's overlooking the path again. That's going to stop the villagers getting through. Make sure everything's 3 wide. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And then we connect this up to the fountain area, 3 wide. In fact, let's make that 4 wide going through there. Oh, stop knocking things down, kitty. Right, and then if we continue, we've got a little. Oh, look, they've got a little flower planter. Oh, this goes up the hill again here. Let's double check that there's nothing up this way. Another little flower planter. Lots of paths going absolutely nowhere. So there's lots of places where it could have been extended to, but it didn't get extended to. So we've got a few hay bales around here. Hello, cows. Oh, did you come out of the pen over here? Or were you coming to visit your friends in the pen here? Hello, guys. Are you going to be the basis of our herds here at this pretty little village? I think maybe you are. So I think what we'll do is move some of the houses slightly so that there's a little bit more space between them and the path. So like move them back a couple of blocks so that we can add a little bit of extra build to them. And then we'll start prettifying them, I think, in the next episode. So I think we've got 3 wide paths all the way around the village. So is there any house we haven't checked? I think we haven't. Did we check this one? Let's have a quick look. I think we might have done earlier. Oops, no, you're supposed to open it. Oh, the apples. Okay, we've got some apples and a bed here. So most of the houses have got a bed. We are missing certain things in this village, so we'll probably have to build those ourselves to prettify them. We don't have a church, we don't have a library. Actually, we're missing a lot of things. We don't have a library, we don't have a church, we don't have a blacksmith. So it's quite a small village, but it'll make quite a nice little first project for prettifying a village up, won't it? So we've got quite a few different shapes of houses here. Look, because we've got like a little cross shape on the roof here. This one's a square, and this is another square, but it's made in a different material. And this one's a nice sloping roof, and then over here we've got a tanner's, which is in a sort of slightly L shape, and then we've got a two-storey house. So that gives us quite a few little projects to work on. So I think we'll take one each week and prettify them up, and like I said, we might need to move them a block or two further back from the roads, or in the case of this one, since it's away from everything else, we could move the road slightly forward so that we've got plenty of space to build around it. So I think this will be quite a nice little project, because I always like to change the villages up a little bit, because it's always nice to do something that little bit different. And if you look at this one, it's got a little skylights. That's kind of cute, isn't it? So I think that's the idea for this plan. So let me know in the comments below the buildings that are not in this village, which ones would you like me to add to it to do a makeover to. So I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy gaming!